Awesome. So, so yeah, this is not going to be a normal episode, but it's going to be kind of an episode. I think what I want to do is, so we're coming up off of 602. As I'm recording this, it would have, and Dan is here. Oh, look at that. Cool. And I even had it right on the live stream, so Dan just popped straight up. Look at that. Look at that.
Ooh.
Man, welcome. Oh, welcome in.
Yeah. Apologies for my tardiness, but I'm here.
That's okay. I'm glad you're here. So, this is, as I was saying, this is not going to be a normal episode because normal episodes say we have like intros and prep and all kinds of fun stuff. But we don't have that this time because life, as life does.
Yeah, it does.
But, oh, no, don't go to sleep, sir. But one of the things that I wanted to do, so as I was explaining, like, so we're coming off of 602, that would have released 9 days ago. So normally what we would have done is recorded tonight, and then I would have edited over the weekend and then pushed it out over Monday. Well, I think that part's going to stay the same. But I think the number will be different. Here's going to be the trick, and Dan, I'm just thinking through this as you know, as you do, and I don't know how exactly it's going to work. So on Fireside, you can do like a bonus episode or something.
Yeah.
And I think maybe that's how we do it. Is
perhaps
we'll give. I'll still make good on my promise to do the thing for the patrons, which is they'll get the bonus episode. It's technically 2 a.m. on our side, but we have a patron that leaves for work right after we publish, so they can't get the episode.
No time for things to sync up and download automatically. That's for sure.
Right, exactly. So, and because of that, it makes it difficult for them to listen to our episode on day one. So what we started doing was we just said for all patrons are going to get the benefit of that. So we pushed it back 3 hours so patrons get it 3 hours early. And that is, if you're a free patron too, you don't have to pay for this. So if you have just subscribed to the Patreon, the end. So you don't have to pay any money or anything like that. If you are just on the list of our followers on Patreon, you'll get the episode 3 hours early. There is an RSS feed feature in there, though.
There is.
Yeah, so you'll just get it'll just pop up on your phone. So if you're on the other side of the world for us, this is really advantageous for you. You get it a little bit early. Everybody else, I guess, on Patreon wise, they'll get it a little early too, and it'll just be ready in their phone. But other than that,
time zones are hard. I mean, really are.
I'm not trying to do math, you know. So,
no, yeah, exactly.
They suggested 3 hours, and I was like, oh, that's a little early. That's fine.
Sure,
cool.
I can handle that.
Make it a perk. We'll just make it a perk. So I didn't want to go any further than that though, because there have been times when I'm still working on the video, whether that's like finishing up the what do you call that stuff?
Yeah, titles and subtitles.
All the junk at the bottom.
Yeah, the
links and stuff.
Graphic stuff, yeah.
That too. So I catch myself working late into the wee hours of Monday morning, early into the wee hours of Monday morning, getting some of that stuff out. And I have published as late as 2 a.m. my time. So like the video, I couldn't do it with the video. This is what I'm trying to say.
Right, but the audios, like we get that kind of situated usually the Sunday before, and that's ready to go and tagged and all those things. Like we've kind of got that in the hopper so that it automatically disperses. And timing, I mean, it doesn't really matter, but I mean, I do like to, so like we officially release at 6 a.m. Eastern, and it happens to be that, most of the time I'm awake then. And so that I can do some manual announcements simultaneously when the episode gets released, which is kind of nice. It gets a little traction, I think, because there's usually people that react fairly quickly. So I think they do take notice from my announcements.
Yeah.
So that's got some value. So we're still going to do that.
I think so. I think it's good stuff. So I like that though. I like because one of the things that I've been not really worried about, but I feel like there could be some value add to that dollar tier. And
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and I think some of this is kind of part of that.
Sure, we give you some credit and the credits and put you on the show notes and whatnot, but this is a little help, and it doesn't really cost us anything too much other than a little bit of time.
Yeah, I mean tweaking some settings is really
tweaking some settings. Yeah, exactly. And it's pretty much done anyway. So
yeah, and so that's not much work.
Nope, we can handle it.
But it's some value add.
Absolutely.
And so the other thing is, so this is not going to be a normal episode, but I still kind of want to try and put it out as a normal episode. I kind of want it to be maybe episode 602.1, 602.5. I don't know.
Something like that, yeah. That
makes
sense.
Yeah, but as a bonus episode, I wouldn't know how to actually number it, right?
I have no idea, but we can put it out as 0.5, probably. I think it'll let me do that.
It's 60B. How about that? Maybe throw
602B.
See,
but probably do that even. It might even let you do that. I don't know.
Oh, hey, this is the B side of 602.
Yeah, okay.
Oh,
sure.
Maybe this is what we call it, Cosmic the B side or something like that. But
yeah.
But also, so one of the other things that we kind of do leading up to a show that you're going to be hearing now, but that most people don't normally get to hear, is usually me and Dan are sitting here just chitter-chattering for about an hour before we actually dive into the show. And so instead of recording that and hiding it away, this week we actually are just live streaming it out there. So in a way, it's kind of a, hey, maybe this is why you should jump onto one of those higher tiers, because this is kind of one of those things that...
This is what you get. Yeah, you get a little sneak peek into what you could get.
Yeah. All right. But the actual reason that we're here is Cosmic. So last episode we talked about that we wanted to test out Cosmic, and I have it on my framework on a separate drive, but I wanted to essentially just record running through the installation and kind of our thoughts. Yeah, our thoughts as we go through, because a lot of times what happens is either we run out of time in the show to talk about all of the little nitty-gritty things that we want to talk about, or that we forget, and this is my problem.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you got to take notes as you do it, and that means you have to do it multiple times probably, because you miss things in the first go, for sure.
And so I guess the added benefit of doing it this way is that I can actually, so I'm going to post this on...
We'll have a recording to refer back to, if nothing else.
Yes. So I'm going to post this, and then when I'm like, oh, what did I do? Or what did that look like? I can actually go back and look. And what's really funny is the more that I thought about doing this, the more I was like, wait, we did do this, didn't we?
We did it with Gen 2.
No. Like not the journey, the installation process. We did this with Cosmic.
Yeah.
I bought a long time ago. Now it's just sitting running Ubuntu 24.04, humming along, running a bunch of containers. But when it just came in, I got a B-Link something or other.
Yeah, you did.
But it had an N100 chip in it. And I did that, but it was right when Cosmic came out. So there were a lot of
alpha. It was like really early days alpha. There were a lot of problems back then.
Yep. So I need to go back and find out whatever live stream that was, because it was a live stream that we were doing it on.
It was last season sometime.
Yeah. So anyways, I need to go figure out what that was. But we can actually do a bit of a comparisons, like so where it's come from in alpha. So anyway, all right. So because we're going to put this out as kind of a pseudo episode, there are going to be people listening to this episode that cannot see what is on the screen. So I'm going to do my best to
describe it.
Yep, to describe what is on the screen. And so, I mean, right now I'm just sitting at the Cosmic first boot thing, where it's got that GNOME kind of title bar across the top. You got all the little task buttons up in the left. You got workspaces and applications up in the top left. And then you've got that Mac style launcher bar down in the bottom.
Yeah, the dock thing, and basically you got the global menu at the top, which has got the applications and that stuff, and then you've got the dock thing down at the bottom.
Right, and one of the things that that Cosmic does, instead of, so like in GNOME, what you'll do is you'll hit the Windows key or whatever, the super key, and it'll give you the whole overview, all your different everything, right? It shows you everything. Cosmic takes a different route. They do what is essentially, it looks like to me, like KRunner, right? Like this is
yeah, it's a launcher. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but it won't actually, I don't know that that's the case. Will it do files?
Well, that's a good question.
Yeah.
I don't know what it searches.
Okay, maybe look, you can see it on the screen. It's flickering. There's some weird little issues going on here already. We haven't even done anything. So I hit the launcher, typed in about, and if you look over at the right, it gives you a shortcut for each of these things. It's Control 1, Control 2. So for the first entry, it's Control 1. For the second entry, it's Control 2, and then on and on and on. As I scroll down that list, you can see the numbers go away. So it still says Control, but number 2 and number 3 are gone. All the other numbers are there. And then as I scroll down some more, you can see 4 is gone now. 5 is gone now. 6 is gone now. It looks like there's some kind of thing blocking it. But, oh, and the reason I was bringing this up in the first place is because I wanted to go in there because I wanted to show you this is a real actual computer. There's no VM or anything. This is my, I don't know what that is, 20BX001AUS, whatever. It's the model number of, this is
a Lenovo.
Yeah, this is a T450S with 20 gigs of RAM and an Intel Core i5-5300U. And the other thing is, if you know your ThinkPads, you can do the quick math and find out this ThinkPad is 10 years old. So one of the things,
it's a fifth gen, CPU. So it's been around.
It's been around the block. This is a Broadwell. Pinball. So this is a Broadwell. It's been around the block a few times. I think had I waited one more year to get a T6 or T460, I think I'd have been in a better spot because I think Skylake had a lot of
Skylake did have a lot of improvements. 6th gen stuff really bumped up the improvements.
Yeah, but I would have still been disappointed that I couldn't upgrade to Windows 11.
Psych. Oh yeah, no, not until you get to 8th gen at least.
Yeah, psych. I don't run Windows on this laptop. It would not have bothered me at all.
Well, I'm running Cosmic just for comparison. I'm running Cosmic on a real potato. It's a 3rd gen i3.
Ooh, even older.
So it's older and less powerful to begin with.
God.
But I have been running it for a bit. I pretty much from the start of the season, more or less. And so I've got some good thoughts too. But we'll see where you go. Yeah.
Cool. So, so one of the things that you see kind of early on is that whenever whatever the active window is, has that highlight around it. So in this case, it's like this real bright teal highlight around the edges of the window I'm looking at, the about window. And the first time we ran through the alpha like months ago, I didn't like it, and it has not grown on me at all. So
the big border.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of it, but I understand why it's there.
It's kind of important, right? Yeah.
It's so this is kind of a vestige of tiling window managers, right? Like there's no easy way to show focus in a tiling window manager when one of the goals of tiling window managers is to be super duper lightweight. So you don't have things like shadows or anything like that. So you have to find some other way to highlight where your focus is. And so this is one of the ways to do it, but by default, Pop! OS shows up in a floating.
It does do it in the floating manner, if you will.
Right.
Right. But like you can imagine if you had 2 or 4 different panes on your window, of different applications going, they all look the same until you get one selected. And so the border is really important to know which thing you're operating in. Now, the choice of the thickness on it, that's subjective, and many people do change that in their tiling window managers. So you got to remember, though, that like this is, like Leo mentioned and alluded to, there's a lot of tiling window management, but yet it's still a desktop environment at the same time. So it's a little interesting in the way they do it, I feel like.
Yeah, in the top right, you can click up here on the little 3 rectangle pile. Yep. And you can there's so floating is checked, and you can go over to tiled and check that. And so full disclosure, I'm not a tiling window manager guy. I'm not a huge fan of that kind of thing, especially when my opinion might change on that if the desktop environment or the tiling window manager itself supported scaling very well and I were on a 4K monitor. So what I mean by that is if I have a lot of screen real estate, enough screen real estate that I could have 3 full browsers side by side by side. So one on the left, one in the middle, one on the right. And I don't have to like adjust them wider or anything to be able to get everything on the screen that I want. That would be enough room for me to consider tiling window managers. But as it is, most 1080p screens only have enough room for 2 browsers side by side. And even then, you're still kind of cramped for space, right? Like you add on a third window and it's like, in a tiling window manager, it would like try to sneak it under one of those browsers. And I think that's
Depending
ideal.
on what it is.
Yeah, because I mean, most content in a browser is like up and down, right? Like you need vertical space. So losing a little bit of that vertical space is not great, but you could lose it without losing the experience of whatever it is that you're looking at.
Right. But you got to think about other workspaces too, especially when you're in the tiling realm, if you will. So you might have multiple workspaces with a couple of things tiled together as well. And so then you move on to the next workspace and it has a couple more things tiled together too. So that's another way of organizing what you're doing.
Yep, absolutely. Okay. No, I was messing with something else. All right. So yeah, I guess that's the border. I'm not a huge fan, and I think it's because I don't get along. Yeah, I don't get along well with tiling window managers, so it just kind of reminds me of that. But that's okay, because Dan, you were talking about you can adjust it, but you can adjust it to 0.
You can make it go away. You can change the color on it. You can, all of those things, right? There's ways to make it more appealing to yourself.
Right. All right. So as we talk, I'm gonna go ahead and run through some of the installation stuff. So I mean, the first question that you get is select the language, like everything else, and I get to go on my linear tirade again. Not a huge fan. So hitting next, you choose your where you are, and now it's keyboard layout. It's all English, US for me. And then is this a secondary keyboard? Hold on, it asked me again. No, select. What? Hold on, back up. Did I miss something? Okay, back to the beginning. Select the language, English, United States, okay. Keyboard layout. Why does it say English up there already? Oh, it's input language.
That would be default. Yeah.
Okay, so that was input language. It did not make that.
Right.
Okay, so ENUS default? What's the difference?
You probably do want default. You don't want a Dvorak keyboard or anything.
Is that confusing to you too, or is that just confusing to me?
I didn't know there were that many variations within US, honestly. I did not.
I thought it was ENUS and that was it. And then, but now it's asking me another question.
There are different layouts to keyboards that are still English US.
Okay.
Right.
Was English Dvorak US or no?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
But you don't have a Dvorak keyboard that I know of.
No, God, no. I know how to type on QWERTY keyboards very well.
It's QWERTY.
I'm not trying to relearn the wheel here.
Right.
Okay, so
and I'm sure not. Cherokee or Hawaiian are probably not.
No.
Your selection either. No.
I can't even find.
But I didn't know they made keyboards in that format. So there you go.
Yeah, I couldn't remember the alt codes for any accented characters. If you paid me, man, I mean, if you paid me, I would learn them. But life or death. No, I'm sorry, it's over. But okay, so I don't know why that was so confusing to me, but if you do like a normal human on these linear installers, you would have just clicked next, and you wouldn't
have read it.
And it wouldn't have been confusing at all. But I am me, and I ruin it. So every time. Okay, so all right, so I'm at the install portion now. I've got 3 options: clean install, refresh install, and custom advanced. I have a feeling I'm gonna have to choose custom advanced, but I'm gonna go with clean install just to get going. But one thing that I love about I think this is the Elementary OS installer, isn't it?
Well, I'm not sure who created it first, but they do share code.
Yes. Okay. So
I'm not sure which one. Honestly, I don't know.
This is going to be one of those times where the internet has to come and correct me. So I think this is an Elementary OS installer that Pop! OS adopted, and then now they're working on it together. But I don't know who added the refresh install thing, but that is one of the coolest features.
Yeah.
In any of these installers, linear or not, I can complain about linear or not, but hub and spoke ones don't have the refresh install either, and that is just a really cool feature to have, right? Like if you have totally borked your install somehow, but you don't want to lose your files, this is the way to do it, right? You come in and click the refresh install. It's fantastic. I love it.
Have a backup just in case, but
yes. Of course. But we all have backups, Dan. All of us. Of course.
Not every time. Anyway, but yeah, I mean, your point still stands. Yeah, I mean, you shouldn't lose your files, and so that you can just kind of nuke and pave and start over, and all your stuff is still there.
That's the idea. The only thing that I haven't seen in Linux that I have to give Windows props on, I have to. There's just no way for me not to. I think it does exist, and Pop! OS may do it. They seem like the group that might do it, but have essentially the ISO in a little partition that you can use to reinstall to get to this thing in an emergency, right? Because go ahead.
Yeah, Windows works and that way too.
Right, and props to them because I love it. That is one of my favorite features about it, because when I have to look at someone in the eye and tell them that their install is borked and we're going to have to start over, it sounds worse than it is, because everything they need is right in there. And Mac OS does this as well, sort of.
They both do, yeah.
You get into the recovery mode in Mac OS, and it's like, well, let's download you the newest version, and then we'll go through the process. So it is really cool, and I want to say Pop! OS does it, but we'll see. And I want to see more Linuxes do it, because I know you can roll back. We're spending a lot of energy on rolling back with the immutables and everything else, but sometimes it's just nice to have the ultimate, I don't know what's wrong, let's fix it button.
This is a way to roll back all the way to the beginning.
Yeah, definitely. All right, so I'm going to click clean install. Let's see what it says. Yay, cool. All right, this is what I was hoping it was going to do, is give me a choice of disk. The 240 gig disk. So I've got 2 disks. I've got a ADATA 500 gig SU800, and I've got this weird brand, but it fits in the, I have a SIM slot, I think, or something. I forget what it is in this ThinkPad.
Oh, so it's like a M2 slot, but
it's a SATA version of an M2 slot. So it's like B keyed or something. I forget what it is. But I shoved a 240 gig disk in there, but it was very slim pickings for what I could shove in that slot, like manufacturer wise. So I have a TC Sunbow 240 gig.
I'm sure it's
something
fine.
Or other. Oh no, it's been great. So it's been so great. This is what I've been running Gen 2 on. Gen 2 still lives on that disk. So this is from season 3, the end of season 3.
Yeah.
Still there.
Yeah, it's been a bit.
It's still there. All right, so selecting my 500 gig disk, erase and install, and now it's time to fill stuff in. All right, so full name, username. Of course, it's Leo. Don't look at my keyboard, Dan. Can't shoulder surf me. All right. Okay, so this is one thing that I tend to not do, but I was just in a conversation earlier. I think it was in...
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. You went there.
About... Who brought it up?
Yeah, it was in Discord, I think. No?
Was it?
Maybe not. Somehow I thought it was.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So one of the people in our Discord, Londoner, had brought up... Oh!
Yeah,
and this is just...
That's what it was.
Okay, so I'm gonna choose encrypt just because it's the default and it's highlighted and checked and everything already. I don't know. I'm sure it's... Oh, cool. All right. Well, while it does its thing, I wanted to talk about this framework thing. Okay, so real quick, there is a secure boot bypass on all framework laptops, it looked like. It didn't look like there were any... Actually, all frameworks. Like, that includes the desktop, I think. Let me see. So 11th gen Intel, 12th gen Intel, 13th gen Intel. No, it's just the... Oh, no, it is framework desktops. So the framework 13s, framework 16s, and framework desktop running the Ryzen AI 300 Max. What? So the not 300 Max doesn't have this issue? Maybe they just didn't test that one, and so it's not on the list. But I'm going to say, again, internet, correct me if I'm wrong, this is one of those situations that every framework ever has this issue. And it's basically a security bypass that allows you to use the memory modify command inside of a UEFI. And actually here, boom, I'll bring it up on the screen. That allows you to do a UEFI bypass and essentially run some commands. So you get to overwrite the secure boot. Oh, okay. So you run the command to overwrite the secure portion of the secure boot thing that will allow you to just bypass secure boot. And as I was digging into this, it looks like this is not that serious of an issue. Don't get me wrong. When the patch comes out, patch your BIOS, because it is an issue that you don't need to have, and you should patch it out. But it looks like this is going to be one of those physical access kind of things. So you can't get to the UEFI, and you can't run the command remotely. These are just not things that the framework is capable of doing. So because of that, that really just means that you have to have physical access to the machine to be able to do anything with this. And that means that someone would have to swipe your laptop. Or as you go up to the go to the bathroom or something like that, someone's going to have to sit down at your laptop, reboot it, get into the BIOS, run these commands that Framework left in. So the issue was that as Framework was configuring their UEFIs and putting them on to the firmware of all their laptops and desktops, they left the command available. So most manufacturers will turn that off. That is kind of the issue there, right? So Framework forgot to turn it off, or neglected, or just preferred as a policy to not turn that off. I don't think the article explains why it was left on, just that it was left on. So anyway, that is just one of those issues that you have to patch out, right? So again, but because it's physical, I don't think it's a huge issue. So get to it when you get to it. But that brought up a conversation in Discord. Well, it was more just me talking to myself. But I say, if you lose your laptop, you're in deep trouble. So encrypt your disks. That's the answer to this, right? If you are worried that someone is going to, number one, steal your framework. Number two, boot into its firmware. Number three, have knowledge of the command and is able to use that command to bypass secure boot. Then four, boot into whatever operating system they want to. Say they've got a Kali disk or something like that, so that they can maybe steal your files or crack your passwords or whatever. That doesn't work if you encrypt your disk. So the worst thing that would happen to someone that had an encrypted disk and had their Framework laptop swiped is they had their Framework laptop swiped. You won't lose your data, because an encrypted disk is useless to someone that swiped your laptop.
Right. I mean, they'd have your laptop, but they could use your laptop. but they can't use your data.
Right. They can overwrite your disk and put their own operating system on it and then use it forever and ever and ever. You still got your laptop stolen, but you didn't get your data stolen too. And that's kind of, I think, I think we don't look at it that way.
Yeah.
I think we don't look at it that way a lot of times, but it is a double whammy. You lose the hardware you paid good money for, and then you lose all the data on it if your disk isn't encrypted. So it is a double whammy of bad. So you feel bad, and then you feel worse when you're like, oh no, they have access to my email now too. And because I left it logged in, obviously. And when you have access to someone's email, what else do you have access to? Everything.
Oh, all the recovery stuff and every account probably that goes along with it. Yeah.
And I say this all the time in security contexts, right? Like if you lose access to your email or whatever, you've lost access to everything, because the forget password button exists everywhere. Your password doesn't actually matter. So this is what I was getting at. Your password doesn't actually matter because the forget password button exists. So it doesn't matter if you have a 7,000 character complex password. It means nothing. You
only need access to one of them, and then you're kind of into all of them at that point.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So it looks like, anyway, so I wanted to talk about the framework thing. We got to the end of that, but now we got to the end of the installation too. So install Pop! OS 2404 LTS, continue setting up by restarting the device. Here, so I'm going to bring that down. So that's where we're at now. So restart device. Now, the live streamers, people that are actually watching, you're going to see some of the boot, but not all of the boot. So you'll see, hey, look, it's a real computer. I guess you don't see the BIOS stuff because for some reason it doesn't duplicate that.
Yeah, it probably doesn't duplicate that. Yeah.
No. I wish it did. That would be way more useful. But I guess I understand.
If you had a desktop, you could probably pull it off.
Let's see if it boots straight to... Yay, it does. Please unlock disk crypt data. Okay. So
cool, I can't see that either, so that's good.
That's probably good. I assume... Oh, yeah, it worked. Okay, so I assume the password that I set for my user is the same password they set for the encryption, because it didn't ask me. I thought it was going to ask me. But when you think about it, that is the best way to do it. Because...
But yeah, having too many passwords is not good. Yeah, that's for sure.
Right. And okay, so let me rephrase. Like, it's not the best way to do it. Like, it's not, it's the best way to do it. It's not the most secure way to do it. It's the best way to do it because people that are setting this up aren't going to try to remember two separate passwords.
They don't want it crazy complicated, yeah.
Right. And so duplicating the password for for your user as the encryption password is I think it's the best way to do it for the majority of people that exist. For people that are extremely paranoid, I think I fall into that group. You kind of expect it to be harder because you're making it harder on yourself by encrypting your disk in the first place. Of course, you could do two passwords or whatever, but for normal people, this is the right way.
I want you to pause. Well, never mind. You didn't. That's all right.
Oh, whoops.
So one of the things that I've noticed on the login screen is you kind of have to select the text box before you start typing.
Oh, did I actually do that?
Yeah, I'm sure you did. You must have because it worked.
Interesting.
Or at least I've noticed that. And maybe it's just a teeny tiny little nitpick, if you will.
Yeah.
You can't just start typing and have it fill in the login stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You actually have to pick the text box to log in. And it's a teeny thing, but then I start typing and then I look up and nothing's happening. So then I gotta go select the box and then start typing again.
It's like immersion breaking. I don't like that.
Yeah.
Because
it's probably not good to be blindly typing into things, especially your password.
Sure, but if you're coming up to a login screen, you've either brought the laptop up from sleep, turned it on from off, or rebooted or something like that. So there was an intention behind seeing the login screen. So,
it should be expecting me to type in there. probably.
Right, exactly. That's exactly what I'm kind of getting at. And any interruption to that is a short circuit, and it doesn't feel good.
It's a tiny thing, and it may be intentional. I don't know.
It may be. I can see that. Okay, what's this now? All right, so I'm on the welcome screen now. It gives me the opportunity to turn on the screen reader. It gives me the opportunity to change the interface size, and then there's this other thing called additional scale options, and then a magnifier. So I told myself at the very beginning of this, well, number one, because 1080p at 14 inches is actually pretty small to me. Like the text is small, everything is small. I like to turn my 1080p screen or 1080p monitor into a 900p monitor by scaling up by 25. Right. So 125 is what I like on this. But now I'm confused. So is interface 100?
Yeah, interface size or scale options. I'm thinking you want that.
The interface size. Okay, so I changed that. And I think additional scale options is just there to... Oh, no. That like scales. They're both the same thing.
It does something different, but it does it. Yeah.
Okay, so what I think...
I think that's where you want it. Looking at the screen, it looks correct to me.
Okay.
I think the thing you're going to find that might be a little weird is when you get into an X-Wayland application.
Yes. If that's blurry, I'm going to not be happy.
Right. And so then you may want to, bop the interface size down and up the scale options potentially.
Okay. So we're going to have to see if...
so you have to do a little experimenting there.
Yes. And I'm going to, because I need that. Discord can't be blurry, man. I can't have that. Because I look at it too much, and it would.
Yeah,
maybe
GIFs and stuff. They got to look sharp.
Yeah, it's the GIFs, man. It's got to be. You gotta. Okay, so I'm gonna leave the interface size at 125, and we're gonna move on from there. Let me just see. All right, so I got to connect up to Connecto Patronum.
Okay, not Bilbo Baggins.
No, that is also mine, though. Okay, did that work? Yes. Move on. Wait, I already selected the language, Papa West. Why are you asking me this again?
Yeah, that's a good question.
And again, the keyboard layout. It already asked me this.
Well, in case you wanted to change your mind, I guess.
I'm on the internet, Papa West. Let's pick
your city.
Let's know. One thing I'm disappointed in is there's like Austin. Is it Austin? Yeah. Okay, so you can type in Austin or whatever and get America Chicago, but it's always America Chicago. Why does Chicago get to be cool, man?
Why is it there twice?
Yeah, it's there twice. And there's an Austin town up near you, Dan? Is that true?
I don't know where that is.
Okay, it's in your time
Somewhere
zone.
On the East Coast, though.
Yeah, it's in your time zone. I saw New York up there, and I'm like, well, maybe it's in New York.
Everything East Coast is New York time zone.
But Austin is definitely in here twice. That's weird. Ooh, Nebula? Okay, so right. Oh my goodness. Yes.
Yeah,
all right.
Or Nebula. Yeah, Nebula's pretty good.
Okay, so this is something that we didn't get in the alpha. So this is new to the beta. And there are personalized, this is a personalized appearance window that gives us Cosmic Dark, which is what it was selected by default, Cosmic Light. Then there's Comet Light, Cream Light, Mocha Dark, Nebula Dark. And Nebula Dark feels like Capuchin, kind of Dracula, those types of
Dracula sort of look. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's those grays with pastels. And I'm a sucker for that color scheme. So we're going straight Nebula Dark always.
Yep, that's a good choice.
Okay. Okay, so there's a layout configuration tool now. This is also new. So top panel, bottom dock, or bottom panel. And
I guess bottom panel would be more like Windows 10 sort of feel. Maybe 11. Those sort of things. whereas the top panel bottom dock is more Mac OS-ish.
I think so.
And what you would traditionally call GNOME.
Right. Yeah, I think that's kind of it, right? So if for some reason you only have ever seen Linux desktops, right? Like top panel bottom dock is closer to GNOME, and then the bottom panel is closer to Plasma. But if I had to choose between Windows and Mac as like a desktop, their desktops, I'd go Mac every time, man. So that means top panel bottom dock for me.
Yeah.
But I always move the panel or the dock to the left so that I can have maximum vertical screen real estate, because most screens are wider than they are tall, right? So I want more tall space. I miss the days where you had that clunky plastic Dell laptop, but it was a 4x3 screen, right? Yeah. So it was almost as tall. See, 4x3. So yeah, it was almost as tall. Yeah, it was
pretty square-ish.
Right.
Yeah.
But it was slightly wider than it was tall.
Wider. Yeah.
But I mean, I miss those days, and that's why I love the framework so much. It is very square, and I love it.
Right.
I don't have the urge to put the dock on the left on my framework because I have the extra vertical space already, and I just don't notice. I don't notice that it's, because it's not squished, and I don't feel like it's squished. So anyway,
interesting.
Mac versus Windows, it's Mac for me. What's this? This is also new. Workspaces for your workflow. Float or automatic. Oh, okay. So this is just asking me tiling window or not. Float or automatically tile windows per workspace using the tiling applet. You can select vertical or horizontal workspaces. You can also pin workspaces to make them static. So one of the things that I've also not really gotten too terribly fond of is workspaces in general. Because one of the things that I try to do, I can't do it on a laptop, but on my desktop or whatever, is I try to get the biggest screen possible with the most screen real estate possible so that I don't have to deal with workspaces. I can just have all my crap on one screen.
Well, I mean, out of sight, out of mind, right? I mean, so if you've got, a few workspaces and something's, too deep and from the one you're on, you've forgotten about it. I mean, I get it. Yeah, because whatever, until you flip over there for whatever reason. But you got to go looking for it. It doesn't grab your attention that way.
Yeah, and the other thing with that is that sometimes I do find myself when there's 4 windows stacked on top of each other, I'm looking for one, and most of the time, 3 fingers up on GNOME with the workspace thing that gets me there, and same with Mac OS, and on Windows there's Windows key tab instead of Alt tab, and it'll give you that display of everything going on. And so
that helps.
Yeah, and so tools like that have made workspaces kind of irrelevant for me, but there are some times when I like having it, right? Like doing
you can just, arrow through them, that's another way.
Yeah. Oh, right. Yeah, exactly. Definitely. Okay, so what I'm trying to say with all of that is I'm going to give these things another try.
Cool.
I got to try every time. I mean, if it's part of the operating system, it's part of the desktop. So it's presented to me in a use it kind of way. And I don't have to configure it much. So it already gets me over
that's the idea. Yeah.
Yeah. It gets me over that tiling window manager, have to manage a configuration file hump. I'm not trying to do all that.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
All right. Cool. So we're going to leave it floating for now. And then we got new keyboard shortcuts. So Shift Super and up, down, left, right. What's so? Oh, okay. Oh, these are okay. So I think Windows popularized these. Okay, but how do I? Okay, here's my question. How do I make it not do one of them? How do I make it go back to normal?
Back to a floating, not full screen?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know in this particular welcome thingy.
Okay.
But in a regular window, you got your regular icon thingies up there.
Yeah, I thought if I did down, Shift Super down twice, it would stop.
No.
messing with it.
Yeah, I think there is a way
tiling.
to return it. There probably is a different shortcut to make it just go back to floating.
Yeah, I don't know how to do that.
And I don't know what that is off the top of my head.
Okay, well, full screen it is. All right,
it works.
So yeah. No, it definitely does. I guess I'm weird, man. I want it back to normal. But I guess people that use these keys intend to do whatever it is with them, and not leave the window in the middle.
That's sort of the idea.
I get it. All right, so that's cool. Press the super Windows key to activate the launcher. Oh, I love this. This is my favorite thing. So
the launcher's kind of cool. It is pretty cool.
Definitely gonna enjoy that. And that's it. So okay, so that was the basic. Here's what's cool about Cosmic. I dig it. I really dig it.
It is pretty neat. It's a gentle, way to ease you into some of this stuff. I feel like you still have the fallback of, the way you've always done it, and it can train you into the new ways too.
Yes. So how do I create another workspaces?
Well, you might want something open first.
Oh, is that it? I have to.
I think so.
Okay. Oh, so I see. So when the desktop is empty, the workspace is just one. And when you open something on a desktop,
you don't need another workspace until you've got something.
Right.
I think that's referred to as dynamic workspaces.
I see.
Kind of generates them on the fly, depending on how many you might need.
Okay.
Sort of thing.
So how do
like if you populated something in workspace 2, it will spin up workspace 3 in anticipation that you might want that.
Let's see. Okay, yeah, sure enough. There it is over on the left. All right. So one complaint I've heard, I don't particularly care in most cases, is that if you move an app over here and then you close it and then you open it again, it shows back up in the middle. So,
oh, interesting.
It does seem like a very tiling window.
So your floating space, so your floating is always returned to the same space,
right?
And not where you had it, but like where it originated,
right? Yeah. And there might be a setting to change this. I want to go poke around and find it, but
I'm sure there is.
It feels very tiling window centric, right? Because
it definitely is, definitely.
Because I imagine in a tiling window manager, you have kind of things set up in a specific spot on a workspace or whatever.
Yeah.
And if you close it, things like morph to cover up the space, and then you open it up again, you would want to like put it back in there, but it's not. It is just kind of second nature to keyboard shortcut pop, and then put it right where you want it in the size that you want it. But coming from a desktop, like a traditional, mouse and keyboard kind of desktop or whatever, I guess I just have the assumption that my window will be open back up where it was.
Where you had it.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, what if you just minimize it rather than close it?
Oh, okay. Is that the paradigm? I
don't know. I'm asking, what does it do now?
Yeah, it comes right back where it was.
Okay. Well, that's good. So, I mean, that makes sense. So it remembers the position where it was. It just doesn't do it on open. On open, it's always going to center your app, if you will.
And I guess if you're quick on the keyboard, right? Like, if you're already on the keyboard and then you just like that and just pop it over. So use like super shift left to pop it over to the side, and then you.
Right.
Oh no, I don't want to minimize it. Oh, whoa, no, look at that. That's weird. That's not right. Okay, look. So
so it went back to.
Yeah. So I super shift left. And that fills up the left-hand side of the screen with the terminal window that I opened up. But if I minimize it and bring it back up, it goes back to its original size, which is not on the left, top to bottom.
That's interesting.
That is weird. I don't feel like that's not how that should be.
That's probably not normal.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like that's no. It should come back up the same way that it was. Why would it change?
Yeah, when you minimize and pop it back up, it should just remember where it was.
Yeah, that seems weird.
How it was. Yeah.
But it's okay. It'll be fine. maybe that's one of the beta things. Maybe we need to write that one up because I feel like that's weird. But maybe it's intentional, right? Like maybe that is.
I will say, all right. So I'm just going to be a little spoiler alert here. Plug your ears if you want.
No, I have headphones on. It doesn't work.
Yeah, I've been playing with it for a bit, and it has got a remarkable amount of polish to it, even for being a beta.
It seems like
that's the spoiler.
Okay.
That's all I got. I mean, well, obviously going to uncover some of that, but I mean, for it's amazing to me how well it's put together at this point from where it's alpha days have been.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, that welcome, that intro thing to kind of show you around or whatever. Slick. That was already awesome. And then the additional colors, like this is not the normal color. Yeah. This is the Nebula Dark or something color, and I like that a lot.
And the consistency and the theming and the applications you'll see when you if you open up the file manager and whatnot. Like all of that stuff is really, really good and well put together and very consistent throughout.
Yeah. So, what's funny about that, though, is it actually answers my question, though. So I asked earlier, how would you... So I used the super shift and then I accidentally accidentally on purpose, made it full screen. And I'm like, well, how do I get it back to the exact size that it was before I messed with it? And the answer actually is minimize it and then bring it back up. That is the answer. And it would
have... One way to do it, huh? Yeah.
Right, but I feel like that's not intentional.
It sounds like cheating. Yeah.
But it may very well be. So does it work if I full screen? So minimize it, back up. It doesn't work. Okay. It doesn't return. Oh, that's cool. That's how you do workspaces. That's how you move it around. So I'm doing shift down,
yeah.
shift or super shift down. And then it moves it to the next workspace, but it doesn't move it to a workspace that doesn't already have stuff on it. So I have a third workspace, but it won't shift it down, I suppose, unless I open something up on it. Let's see. All right, so let me go to workspace 2, see if I can super shift and down. Yeah. Look at that. Okay, cool. So you can just kind of traverse all of the workspaces and then put it on a new empty workspace if you want. That's cool. All right, so let me see if it does it here. Ew, and then it kind of flows it off of the screen. Okay, so...
Oh, yeah, that's kind of gross.
Yeah, this is not intentional, I don't think. So super shift down, and it that squishes it down across the whole left and right of the screen. And then if I minimize the window and then bring it back up, it returns the window to its original size, but it hangs the bottom part off of the screen. Yeah, that doesn't seem like that's how it's supposed to work.
Yeah, I feel like it should be above the dock even.
Yeah, actually. Well, I guess... Okay, so the dock is... You can cover the dock when you're moving a window, but it will pop above.
Yeah, just when you bring it back up, I feel like it should probably not put it all the way down there. I don't know.
Yeah, well, I think the problem is that they're hanging off the bottom, and then another problem is that the dock is sitting in front of it, which is not what you want.
So much you can't see.
You would not want that. Okay, so maybe this feels very not how they intend it to work. But I could be wrong.
Not. I mean, it's really that whole window geometry stuff. That sounds very complicated.
It is. But I feel like if we're getting desktop with tiling window manager feel to it, then this is. I mean, I will assume that these things are going to be fixed by the full release.
But, yeah. Well, yeah, or at least they'll have a plan. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So that got me through some of the basics. What happens if oh, look, you can just turn the active hint off. There's no turning it to 0 anymore. You just turn the toggle off in the settings up at the top. That works. Yeah, that's way nice. I like that. Toggle floating window. So super G, what does that do? Oh, wait. Is that the answer to my question?
I think if it was tiling and you wanted to turn it back to floating.
Oh. Okay,
Super G.
So it's on tiled now. What? Oh, new workspace. Oh, tile current workspace. Okay. Wait a minute. So not only can you choose tiling or floating, you can
do it per workspace.
Nuh-uh. Okay, that's actually kind of cool. Okay, let's bring up Firefox. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, that's super floaty. Hold on. So what happens if I try to move it though? Oh, look. Yeah. Look at that. So it will just, since it's the only window, it will just, even if I try to move it, it will try to, it will just full screen it. Whoa, that's cool. Okay, so in a case like this, like the active hint is kind of, wait. Okay, yeah, the active hint is kind of nice.
Yeah.
But I want to keep it off. And let's open up text editor. Yeah, and see, so this is what I mean about, kind of once you start tiling on a 1080p screen, especially I have mine scaled.
Yeah, well, it's the scale you got going and stuff too, right?
But even in a non-scaled whatever, it's still kind of in that situation where I feel like it's just a little too small. The text editor is great, but a browser, I feel like might be a little. Oh, that's cool though.
Yeah, the browser might be hard, but I mean, if you're working in a couple of text documents, it's probably kind of nice.
Right. Let's see.
Which is why I guess the per workspace thing, it plays nicely here, right? Because you can always have your browser in a floating window.
Right. Oh, actually, yeah. Uh-oh.
And then,
well, I went to our YouTube channel and it cannot play. So
you're gonna need some codecs or something?
I guess, but I thought Pop! OS was one of those OSs that they bundled all that in there for you because they want it to be easy. Interesting.
Yeah, more work to be done on that.
Maybe. Okay. We'll see. Things are pretty fast though. Like getting around is actually very fast.
Oh yeah, I guess that's the other thing that I'm going to say, because even though I'm running it on a really ancient potato, it runs very smoothly.
Yeah. YouTube's a very heavy,
super quick.
Yeah, YouTube's a very heavy dynamically loaded site, and I scrolled all the way to the bottom and it worked. Like it didn't feel
and like having Discord and a couple other things open, it didn't seem to load it up too much,
Yeah, that's great. This is great. All right, so that feels good. I like that. All right, so we'll play with the tiling a little bit more, but let me head back to let's go back to this, to workspace 3, and then open up the Cosmic Store. We need updates. Maybe that's the key to our non-video loading problem.
That could be. Maybe updates even. Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe that's the thing. So that there it is.
I want to say opportunity lost here, and I know Jill and Ven over on Linux Weekly Daily Wednesday talked about the Cosmic Store being rebranded. It used to be the Pop Shop, and that's a very catchy name, and it's sad to see it go.
Pop Shop? Oh, so it's not called a Pop Shop anymore. It's called...
No, it's a Cosmic Store.
Cosmic Store. I mean, I guess that makes sense, right? Because Pop! OS was the operating system, and Cosmic is the desktop, and you're installing apps on the desktop. But no, I agree with you, though.
It's a very catchy name. The marketing behind that is just like fantastic.
Yeah, and I guess I'm just kind of running through maybe what their thought process might have been to make that change.
I get it. It is more consistent. Everything's Cosmic, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, but you are running Pop! OS. Like, if you're running it on a non-System 76 laptop or whatever, you're still running Pop! OS. Well, no, you're not. Actually, this is why. It's because people can run Cosmic on non-Pop! OS distros. Yeah. Okay, I see why, but I'm with you.
I do too, but I loved the name. It was very catchy.
Yeah, Pop Shop. Pour one out for the Pop Shop. That's sad. Okay, so we got apps, we got our normal stuff. Discord's in here automatically. Look at this. Install, of course, from FlatHub. This is the experience every distro should have. This is it. I do not want to have to fiddle with FlatHub. I don't even want to care that it's coming from FlatHub. I get that it's saying installing Discord from FlatHub. It's fine. I don't care. I just want to be able to open up. Yeah. Open the shop, click on the thing, install the thing, run the thing. I don't care. I do not care.
Yeah.
And I think the vast majority of people are in that boat of not caring.
Yeah, not to take anything away from the System 76 folks, but I think the new Bazaar thing that's in, like all the UBlue realm, if you will, Aurora and Bazite and all of those, it's very close to this. It's really a welcome addition, and it delivers a similar experience, I think.
Yeah. Okay, so here's the moment of truth here, because this is my thing, right? So we have scaled the desktop to 125%. In the past, that has meant that on a non-integer scale, so if it's not 100% or 200% scale, things will get blurry and weird if it is an X Wayland application. And Discord, to this day, if I'm not mistaken, is still an X Wayland application because they refuse to update the version of Chromium, I think, that it runs on, which means that it is Wayland compatible, but you have to change a flag, and to change that flag, you can't do that in Discord. You'd have to be able to have access.
Electron app.
Yeah. You'd need to have access to the flags. I've seen where you can maybe launch Discord with additional options. I'm not trying to do all that. I just want it to open
Just
properly.
Want it to work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, moment of truth, man. Here it goes. Click on open. Okay. That's sharp. Install updates. That's sharp too. It looks small though. Maybe it's gonna not scale at all.
Well, I guess that's an option to keep it sharp, is just not scale it.
Yeah, it's not scaling it at all. Well, I don't know that for sure, actually.
I don't know. It doesn't seem too far off. Yeah, on stuff.
Why would it
log you in? I don't know why it opens the browser, but you can go back to the Discord app and it'll let you log in over there.
Oh, yeah, okay. Okay, so for the live streamer folks, I'm gonna turn off the screen for a minute while I get logged into Discord. I use the QR code thing anyway, but yeah, for everybody else's privacy's sake, I'm gonna turn that off for just a sec. Which one is this? This is that one. All right, so hang tight. Let me get logged in. Oh, I always forget how to do this because I gotta go to Discord and then you go to you and then settings.
Yep.
Is it account? This is where I always forget. I log in never.
I think so, yeah.
No.
Right.
Device? No. Oh, scan. Oh, there's a button that says scan QR.
Scan
code.
QR. Yeah.
Gotcha.
I feel like it does move around a little bit.
Yeah, it does. Ooh, okay, so that is sharp. Okay, once I get into our Discord, how do I turn on the streamer mode here? Well, if you join the Discord, you can see this, so it's fine. All right. Okay, so, I think that's small.
It looks small.
It's okay though. Okay, so the one thing that I do not like about when the scaling thing happens is that it looks bad. But if you are able to, you can go to settings and then I think it's under appearance. And then you can go to scaling here. You can change the zoom level. Well, here, look. Let me do it to 125. Oh, look. Hey, that's okay. That's close enough. Yeah, look at that.
It looks pretty good.
That'll work.
Yeah, that looks about like everything else. So there you go. Job done.
I'll take it. Oh, here, look. That's super shift left. Now. And then... Oh, can I make that smaller? A little bit. Yeah, there we go. That's cool. Okay, so... all right, so the Revenge of the Mouse Cursor thing. So this is that old, gross X cursor thing. It's got that one hand that's like that points. It's pointing to the left all the time, which doesn't make sense if you're like hovering under something, right? So the pointer up makes more sense, right? Because that's what your finger looks like when you're poking at something.
Well, even just at an angle, even.
Yeah. So something's fishy back behind there. That's not grabbing the desktop cursor to use on top of that. It's always been just kind of a weird issue with containerized apps like Snaps and Flatpaks and whatever.
Flatpaks, yeah.
That is also gross, but less gross than the whole window being blurry. So
100%. Yeah, it's usable now.
This one's forgivable, and I'm going to chalk it up to beta experience. This will not happen on the full release, probably. Probably. But that's cool. I get, everything's good. Everything looks good size-wise. I think one of the things I'm going to do is hide this dock. Let the dock hide so I can get even more.
Like auto hide?
Yeah, because I want more vertical space. Actually, no, I want to move the dock to the left. That's what I want to do. So is that under desktop appearance? So I right-clicked on the desktop, hit desktop appearance, and nothing is happening. Did it show up on a different workspace?
Maybe. Is that like the settings?
It is.
Cog
yes.
Thing down there?
Because I had the...
Because you already had it open?
Yeah.
You had it open.
I had the settings open on a different desktop or workspace. Okay, so dock. Yes. I want dock on... Oh, we can make it a little smaller too. Oh. Oh, no, okay, that's cool. Cool, a little smaller, and I want... Oh, hey, wait, dock opacity? You can turn that down?
Oh, yeah, that'd be kind of cool.
Ooh,
just dial it down.
Okay, cool. 50's good.
Little, yeah, that looks good. You still know it's there, but it's not, overpowering.
I like nice UI elements like that. What I would love to see is a blur. You know me.
Mm-hmm.
If I could get as much plasma blur in here as I possibly could, I'll take it.
Yeah, short of that, this looks pretty good.
Yeah, I'll give it that. How do I move it? Oh, position on screen. Bottom, no, left. Beautiful. And then automatically hide. Yes, sir. Thank you. Okay, so I'm going to close this, get on a different workspace. All right, so now let's see what... Oh, no, that's the wrong Discord looking thing.
Okay. It is, but like you can see your dock is hidden now, so that's kind of nice.
There we go. All right, cool. So it's taller. It's moved to the left. It's good to go.
Dock's out of the way.
So the other answer to my question of, well, how do I make it go back to its original size is after you do super shift and then like shove it somewhere.
Yeah, grab it.
Grab it and move it, and it'll turn back to the original size. Okay, that's cool. Not intuitive, but cool. But now that I know, I'll probably never forget. I'm just kidding. I'll forget in here in about 30 seconds.
Yeah, the next time you go to use it.
Yep, guarantee. How do I do that again? Every time. Every time. But, after about a good 6 months of using this thing, I'll have it remembered. But
sure.
We'll see.
It'll be time to move on to the next thing.
Yep. Okay, so we're running POP 2404, right? So that means we're running what? 616 kernel or something?
Well, it has a newer kernel. Yeah, they do have a new kernel in it.
No,
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. What?
That is not Ubuntu nomenclature.
It's not. It's not an Ubuntu kernel.
Okay, but this makes sense.
They're running their own kernels.
So one thing that I learned throughout this process is that Rufus, right? So forgive me. I wrote the ISO on a Windows machine because that's just where I was all day. So downloaded the ISO, updated my Rufus. The new updated Rufus is absolutely fantastic. So if you have to deal with a a Windows machine and you need to be writing any kind of ISO to a flash drive or whatever, Rufus is 1,000% the choice you should do every single time. I know there have been some.
Don't use PowerShell?
No, gross. No, see, the things that I've been complaining about here are very GUI things, and if I can do something super with a super nice GUI, I will. And Rufus is one of those. But Rufus is one of those applications that you can tell is written by not a graphics guy.
Oh, yeah. It's very utilitarian.
Yes, it is super utilitarian. It's really funny because I had just, let's say, liberated an audiobook. So there's this application called Libation that will liberate audiobooks for you that you have paid for. And
absolutely,
the first thing that it tells you when you open it up is, I am a programmer, not a design guy.
And, well, it's nice to know where they stand.
Yes, and it shows. Oh my God, it shows. If you've ever seen that joke of, hold on, let me see if I can find it.
There's been a lot of tools like that over the course of the years, though. And I can totally get down with it as long as it works.
Yes. So, is this it? Yes. Oh my God, yes. Okay, so for those of you on the live stream,
I've seen this before. Yep,
there's a joke, and for everybody else, I'll post a link to actually here. I'll go ahead and do that.
I love that. That's like the old Mac OS 9 sort of look, right?
Yes. I'm trying to escape out of my OBS window. I can't do that. You can't do that. All right. So for now, I'm going to put it in Discord because that's what I have access to for everybody.
Well, you're logged into that. Yeah.
Yeah. Sure enough. Okay. Oh, so here's a question. How do I move workspaces without clicking on the workspaces thing? I don't want to do that.
Oh, I'm sure there's a keyboard shortcut for that.
No. Where's my 3 fingers swipes, man? That's what I want.
Oh, I don't know. Do you have you got a touchpad on that thing?
I do.
No.
All right. So, okay. So
I'm sure there's a mouse gesture thing.
There's got to be. I'm sure there is. Maybe I got a shift or something.
I don't really, most of the machines I have an actual mouse, so gestures don't work there.
Yeah,
just saying.
See, this is why. Don't get me wrong. I love a mouse or whatever, but there is a lot to be said about the Magic Trackpad from Apple.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, no, I get it.
Those, because not only that, like it feels less unnatural. Like a mouse is unnatural. I don't know that touchpads are more natural, but they feel more natural to my hand.
Some are better than others, but the Magic Trackpad's a little nicer because it's a little bigger and it's got better ergonomics and all that stuff, right? It's not like the one that's built into your keyboard.
It's like comparing. So the Magic Trackpad versus regular trackpads is like comparing like that crappy Microsoft mouse that we all had in like 1999 or whatever, because that's the only mouse that you would get that was good quality, versus like a gajillion DPI gaming mouse or whatever in terms of accuracy. Right?
100%.
They'll both click. They'll both get you around and do what you want to do. But there's a lot to be said about the care that goes into like something like a Magic Trackpad. But anyway, the OpenSSL thing, this is really funny.
It's hilarious
to me because if you know OpenSSL, it's basically making a certificate for something, but it's encryption, right? You're encrypting things, but you need different kinds of certificates with different kinds of parameters and all kinds of things, so you can use it for all different kinds of ways. If you could be talking about creating a key pair for your SSH sessions, you could be creating certificates for your web browser, for like your web server, so that your web browser says HTTPS. Like there's all kinds of certificates, right?
And there's all kinds of flags that go along with it.
Yes.
Yeah, it's insane.
And it is. This is why the command line has never died. OpenSSL is the perfect example of why you would never ever want that to be a GUI. It just wouldn't make sense. So on the screen, if you can see, you'll see there's, how many tabs is that? It's like 20, 28, 30 tabs or something like that.
It's all of them.
Yeah.
It's all of them.
X509. These are your types, right? So your X509s, your S-MIMEs, your primes, your OCSPs, your ENCs, all of the different types of certificates, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then, so it's got X509 selected, and inside of there, look at this. Just scrolling down.
It's silly.
There's 100 check boxes. There's like 50 radio buttons. There's 2 or 3 different 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, just a dozen buttons to click that will allow you to upload.
It's got some sliders.
There's sliders, input boxes, everything. It's insanity. And anyway, so this is what I was talking about the utilitarian design of a graphical user interface, right? Rufus is like this. There's not as many options, so you don't get this kind of like graphical vomit. But so that's like that. Libation is like that, and there are tons of applications that you can tell it was.
I throw like Handbrake into that category too.
Yes,
right. That's a good one
because it's got you've got maybe 10 tabs up across the top, and then inside of each of those tabs, it looks like this. You've got 100 checkboxes, a bunch of sliders for compression, all kinds of stuff. So
but boy, it gets the job done nicely.
It does, and so Handbrake is a way to not have to deal with FFmpeg on the command line.
Yeah, because like FFmpeg is, it's kind of like the SSL cert stuff.
Exactly.
There's a bajillion different. I have to Google it if I need to learn the flags to do that manually.
Every time I let someone else write the command for me, and then I just copy it, and and I write it down in Notepad or whatever so that I don't lose it.
Generally, yes.
I have compression settings in FFmpeg specific to this show, and those are in the same text file that I keep the basic summaries and like our patrons and stuff, like just so I can copy and paste it in places. Yeah, it goes in there, and that is a thing that I save all of the time. It's very important.
And I do a similar thing because my camera comes out in like little small segments, if you will. So I have to concatenate all of them together to get one video file. And so I have a script that does the concatenation thing. You throw the file names to it, and it just does it. And I wrote it once, and I don't have to worry about it ever again.
Exactly right. That's the important part. Okay. Let me see. So what was I even talking about? What was I doing?
We're tweaking stuff.
I got the dock over here. Man, this is
nice. I like it.
We were talking about the kernel, and I got into Rufus.
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
I remember now. Okay, so Rufus was is one of the best ISO writing whatever tools on Windows, right? I wish that there was something like it. I know GNOME disks exist, and I love GNOME disks and Linux in general. But it would be cool to have an application that transcended the idea of a desktop, right? Because KDE has one, GNOME has one. There's kind of, I guess, Ventoy kind of solves that problem a little bit.
Kind of, but there's more problems with Ventoy, it seems like, than it fixes sometimes.
Right, and then there's like
all right, so the one that's in Pop! OS here is absolutely fantastic. Popsicle. Yeah. It is really great. So don't use it. It's a good one.
I was going to talk about those. So Popsicle and the Fedora Media Writer and the Raspberry Pi Writer and
that one works pretty good.
To a certain extent, Etcher are all kind of the same thing. But those feel so what's the word? Like stripped down. They only have one function.
They are stripped down. They do. But they do it well.
Yeah.
So there's that.
I guess I just like the couple extra features that Rufus has. But beside the point, the idea was that one of the cool things that Rufus has that a lot of the other that none of the other media writers that I have seen has is this idea that in the new versions, when I loaded up Pop! OS, it was very specific about telling me that this is going to fail secure boot checks.
Yes.
So that told me right off the bat, this must not be an Ubuntu kernel because it's not signed by Microsoft.
Not. Yep.
Right. So now that we're looking into it, that is the case, right? Because Ubuntu, it actually says Ubuntu in the name, doesn't it? I think it does.
Yes, I think it does. Yes.
Yeah, and then it's got the telltale Ubuntu whatever, and then it's revision like 180 or what? Yeah, however many times it's been rolled. And so you're just not seeing this here. I think this is a date.
It kind of looks like
date.
Yeah, but
Maybe not.
Pop! OS has been rolling their own kernel for quite some time. I want to say several years at this point, even.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, and so that thing that's going to mean that if you're trying to use secure boot,
that's not going to work.
It's not going to work, but that's okay. Like I think if you're running a Linux laptop or whatever, the security there is on encrypting your disk, right? Like
yes, not the secure boot thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Secure boot solves a different problem, but it all has to be blessed by Microsoft, and it was kind of an end run around, side installing whatever operating system you want to on your laptop, and
well, you're doing that anyway, right?
Right.
I mean,
well, not if you're buying a Windows laptop in the first place and then doing what you want to with it.
Like by the time you get Linux on it, you've already that's already moot.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly.
You're already putting a different operating system on there that you chose.
Right, and that's trying to solve.
You could kind of protect that with secure boot, right? So you can't maybe get to the point where you could overwrite a disk accidentally, I suppose. But,
right.
Really? I mean, I don't know. What are you protecting yourself from?
So that was kind of what I was gonna talk about. And it's really just the changing of the operating system underneath you between reboots. That's really what it's protecting you from. Has your operating system been tampered with? So in this case, it would be, is your kernel signed? Did someone swap out your kernel? That's what it would prevent.
Yes. Yep.
Right. So, and in Windows, right, like if they...
it's not much, which is what we're, I mean, sure, if that's a thing for you, but like really not much.
Yeah. In season 2 or 3, we talked about secure boot bypass. It had a funny little name. It had a worm on the logo or whatever. And then we talked about earlier in this episode, Framework now has a secure boot bypass. So secure boot has never been particularly good at what it does. And we're seeing...
No, it's always been a flawed system.
Yeah, I mean, over time, we have seen half a dozen different ways to break secure boot that half of those were pretty trivial to do. Now it's got me. What was the name of that?
I forget what the name of that worm thing was, but but ultimately, I mean, it doesn't mean a whole lot in Linux land because, like you said, ultimately it has to be signed by Microsoft anyway, and so that's just for the people that play nice with Microsoft,
right?
To be able to get their
exactly.
Kernel signed.
So Fedora has a signed one, Ubuntu has a signed one, OpenSUSE has a signed one.
Yeah,
I think Debian has a signed one, right?
Debian does as well. Yep.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, what maybe 2022? Oh, I'll have to go back but we talked about it. It's in one of our episodes. And that one, if I remember correctly, was pretty trivial. So if you had,
it was one of the early episodes, honestly, season 1 or 2.
Yeah, it was pretty early on. But anyway, all right. So you're not going to get kernel tampering protection without secure boot on Pop! OS or anything like that. But I mean, again, this is one of those things where more often than not, someone's having to sit down at your laptop to be able to do a lot of that kind of thing, unless for some reason you expose SSH on your laptop in public, which is already a terrible idea.
Well, I will back up a little bit. There are ways to enroll your own keys, basically sign your own thing.
True. Actually, that is true.
And the mockutils or whatever, it's a pain. It's not great. Okay.
Yeah, because every new unsigned kernel will need a new key.
You need to do it again. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm sure you could set it up to be automated, right? Like, so as
probably,
like the grub config thing is happening or whatever, you just tack on another command that would run the mockutils to enroll that key to then be okay. So, it could be hands off, but I've never seen a desktop.
And you kind of do that, like even in Ubuntu with like DKMS stuff. It has you enroll that stuff, and it obviously keeps it up.
Oh,
after that for you.
So DKMS doesn't break secure boot?
No, because not there because it uses mockutils. Yes.
Whoa. Okay, so I was right. I didn't know anybody actually did it.
Do it. Yeah, and but it's still a pain. it still stinks.
How cool though. Okay, so that's kind of like the gold standard, what I would consider the gold standard of like running an unsigned kernel.
It's a workaround though. It's not,
Right. Oh yeah. I mean, we're still begging and pleading Microsoft to, I mean, in a way, to say, please let me use my laptop the way I want to. And that's not a great situation. But having it being automated, like through Ubuntu with DKMS and having weird modules or whatever having to be built and then added, that's the way you have to do it.
It's been a while since I had something that needed that, but you do have to like give it your own password and stuff, and like you have to jam that in there every time your kernel updates and stuff. Yeah,
like your user's password, your sudo password.
No, it's one just for the secure boot stuff, I think.
Gross. Okay. Oh wait, so this is like we were talking
about.
Another
one to remember.
Yeah. Exactly. The encryption password, it needs to be the same. So you would, I suppose, you would make it the same as your password.
Probably that's what you're going to end up doing.
But you're getting in trouble, right? Like, not everything should have the same. But again, for ease of use, if ease of use is the target, then absolutely that should be, it should be the same across, right? But we talk about it all
I just remember it being a pain. Yeah. That's all.
Security is a sliding scale, right? Be where you're most comfortable, but do as much as you possibly can. Oh yeah, I need to eject this thing. So, is it just me? Do all flash drives get hot these days?
Many do. I don't know. I'm not taking a poll.
Because I have so this little tiny. I mean, I'll show you here in the camera in a sec. I want to make sure it's ejected. I think it is. Is it there? It doesn't even show up. So I'm assuming it's unloaded.
Looks like.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Wait, no, it's not even. No, it's not even in. It's not even showing up that it's. Oh, no, here it is. No, it's not. STC? That says 0 bytes. Anyway, whatever. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't going to break anything.
Well, it's definitely not mounted then. So
yeah. Good. So anyway, so this is a teeny tiny little one, super small. But
I'm
gonna lose it.
You lost it now.
Yeah, I know. Seriously, if it falls down there, I'll never find it again. But yeah, this one gets kind of warm. I have 128 meg or gig Samsung. I have a couple of 16 gig SanDisks, and even my NVMe's. Like all of the disks get hot. Are they always all that hot? Have I just not noticed throughout the years how hot disks get?
I have some bigger ones that are, Micro Center or something. They don't seem too bad.
Yeah.
Well, I've got some of these SanDisk ones though too. The old red cruisers.
Yeah. Okay. So do me a favor, plug those in and use them whenever you get a minute, and like leave them in for a few minutes. Maybe write an ISO to them or something. How hot do they get?
I wonder if they don't, because there's just more. They're bigger and there's more surface area to dissipate heat.
Yeah, and actually, now that I think about it, all those ones I listed are metal. They have a metal chassis, so they're acting
trying to dissipate the heat.
They're actively being a heat sink. They're
sense.
actively.
That's probably better for performance.
Yeah. See, this is how we would come up with the title too. By the way, like, an active cooler is one with a fan. A passive cooler is like a heat sink. But I said they're actively cooling, but they're not actively doing anything. They're passively,
They're actively cooling passively.
So there you see, perfect. There's the title. They're actively cooling passively. Yeah, that's the one. So yeah, that's okay. So the kernel, you're not gonna get any protections on that unless you do some mock-util key enrollment kind of jazz or whatever, which is okay.
Just roll with it.
Yeah.
For what you gain out of it, I would.
So from here, this is kind of nice. That's
a really good overview. Honestly, that's pretty good stuff.
I do like so looking at the file explorer,
the file manager is quite different from normal ones.
Well, because you're
at least as far visually. Right?
Yeah, I was going to say because you live in Plasma Land, but I've been on GNOME for a while, and this is close. This is pretty close to.
It's still different than that, even though
it does have its differences. One of my favorite differences is that they have a horizontal rule. So this is, if you've ever done web development, you know what a HR is. So this is that like 1 or 2 pixel thick line that goes in between So like when you select desktops and documents and downloads and music, right? So they're in a list from top to bottom. But there's a 1 pixel line, 1 or 2 pixel line that separates each of those, and it's a visual cue that most other operating systems don't do. I don't see this often.
Yeah, exactly.
And I like those things. It's you can kind of consider it more like a high contrast kind of visual cue, and
it's a bit of an accessibility thing, I'm sure.
Yeah, absolutely. I like it. I like that a lot.
Anyway,
I need to bless a mod so they can delete that crap. I think you are. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
But there's always
what can I do here? I can block this guy.
That might just block him for you.
Oh, well, then maybe I'm not a mod. Right click doesn't do anything for me.
No, me neither. But I'm in the I am the mod. I'm the guy.
Yeah.
Show mod icons. There we go. That's what I wanted. This is it. I found it.
Okay, cool.
So we're gonna ban. How about that? Okay, cool. Now we can get back to it. So, and the icons are up there now, so I can ban whoever. So be careful. The few of you watching. I'm just kidding. Okay, so yeah, I like that though. I mean, it's a contrast thing that you just don't really see in other desktops, and I like the little pencil up at the top where you can go and edit the path that you're looking at. That, if I remember correctly, in GNOME is not as intuitive as it is here, right? Like the pencil means edit. It's like the floppy. It's like the floppy now, right? Like nobody knows what a floppy is, and nobody uses pencils anymore. But okay, yeah, they do. But you know that it means edit, and floppy means save. So I know that if I click on that, I'll be able to change something, and when you click on it, it allows you to change the path. And this is really handy when you're trying to get a hold of like a hidden directory or whatever, but you don't want to go through the process of showing everything hidden and then clicking into it or whatever.
Yeah, it's your address bar.
Yeah. So I like that. I like that a lot. But by default, it's the nice graphical version of it where it shows home.
Yeah, with the breadcrumbs, though. It's got the breadcrumbs, so you can get your way back.
And I've always preferred the arrow as a breadcrumb, like they have here. This is the
it's this to this to this to this, right? You know the progression.
Yeah, and I always call them alligators. Because when I learned them in math, the alligator wants to eat the bigger.
It's the greater. It's the greater than.
Yeah, it's the greater than symbol. The only downside that I see though is kind of weird is that the back and the forward button is the same exact symbol. Well, the forward button is the same exact greater than symbol that you use in the breadcrumb thing, which is odd. Maybe that's just me.
Yeah, reuse the symbols you got, I guess.
Yeah, true. But look at this. You can totally kill the sidebar. So where recents, home, documents, downloads, all that junk, trash, networks, all your disks.
And if you don't need it, right?
Yeah, you can just scooch it out of here. Get it out of here. And then that's really cool. Okay, one thing that I don't see is an up arrow key. Okay, so
no,
I
just got to go back, I guess.
Yeah, well, okay.
You can't go back further than home because that's where it starts you.
Well, okay, so maybe I'm just weird like this. I like to be able to see the whole entire file system, even though I don't have access to write to the file system. Right, and I'm sure that's why they don't have it here.
But you still have access to list files.
Well, that's in the command line, though.
No, I know, but if you want to know what particular file is there and whatnot, then I'm sure you could just type it in the address bar. I mean,
yeah, I think you're right. That's actually the key there, is that I can. Oh, and then it'll okay, that's the key. Okay, all right. This makes it less annoying. All right. So I can click on the edit up at the top to get to the file path. And then if I get rid of everything up to home, now that it breadcrumbs me back to file system, so I can click on essentially the root of the file system, and then I can start poking around. Okay.
Well, if you bring the sidebar thing back, does that let you go to the file system too?
It does not. I can go to home and my home folder stuff. There's trash, but no breadcrumbs.
Yep. I didn't know if it would take you back to the root that way either.
No, and it doesn't look like there's anything in file or whatever.
It's still really slick, and I like it a lot. I think it's well laid out, right?
This is not a criticism. This is going to save tons of people a whole lot of heartache by not exposing directly
around with those things.
Yeah, no, I am, but I'm weird.
We are, but I mean, yeah, right.
Yeah, so I'm not. That is not a criticism at all. It's just something that I do sometimes. I just need to check if a file is there because you can read everything in there, right? So instead of opening up a command line and typing out a path or whatever, I can just kind of click, navigate to it, and double click on it and say, "Oh, yeah, okay, that's written the way that I don't want to change anything."
Oh yeah, my log file is getting written too.
Right,
great, perfect.
Exactly.
Yeah, moving on. Yeah.
And when I'm living in GUI land, I'm staying in GUI land. Essentially, is what I'm trying to do. So. Could I do it in the command line? Absolutely, 100%.
Oh, 100%.
It wouldn't really bother me much if I had to, but I like having the analog of can I do it in the command line? Yes, but can I also do it in the GUI? Also, yes. That's kind of important to me. But again, probably not important to very many people. So that's cool. I like that. I mean, let me see. One of the things, can we add more up top? So where it says name, so you have all your files and stuff in a top-down list. You can do name, there's modified, and size. Can you add more? Sometimes I like to see creation date and modified date. And yeah, just like what else can we add? Can we add anything? View, there's nothing in here. So, cool. So you can you can independently change the theme of your file manager against the rest of the desktop. So if you want your file manager to look different, you can actually do that. There's a setting in here to do that. That's crazy. Who does that? Cosmic. That's cool.
Oh, single click to open.
Oh, gross, but cool. I appreciate that they add it, and I really appreciate that they do not enable it by default.
By default, yeah.
Ew. I'm so glad Plasma got away from that. It was not great.
Yeah, it is painful.
Yeah, it was one of the
things I always changed.
Yes, one of the very first things. Right after I booted into Plasma, I clicked on something. I'm like, no, I didn't want to launch that, and then immediately go and turn that feature off.
Select that, thank you.
Yep. So that's really cool. I like that a lot, actually. That you can so light mode, dark mode is what you get to change in here, but that's really cool.
Though. Yeah.
I wonder how many more windows you can do that with. I suppose you might be able to do that with all of the windows. Can you do it?
Well, I mean, here's a maybe. I don't know.
You can.
I'm sure you can modify the terminal. I mean,
wow, though. Okay, so not only can you do dark light in the terminal, just like you can in the file system, you can go all the way. And okay, it only gives me the one, but it kind of makes me think that you could add more themes to this list. Why is Nebula Dark not in there? Is it? Oh, this must be it must be a different
matching your desktop.
Okay. No. So the theme of the window is matching the desktop. I think the color scheme, dark and light thing, is maybe talking more about the font colors.
Well, I'm thinking it's like there's an analog to Nebula Dark, right?
Right. Well, there isn't. I think that's the key here, is that there is a Nebula Dark theme for the desktop, but there's not a Nebula Dark font theme for the terminal. That's why it's not in the list.
Oh.
But look at this. Look. Here's a little visual bug for you. So when you click on Cosmic Dark to expand the list, and then you scroll, watch. You expect it to go away. Nope. It floats on
I
top.
Can't see it. It's behind my face. It's behind my face.
Look now. Now you can on the
screen. I do see that.
Look,
that's a. Oh yeah.
It goes on top of the minimize button. That's not right. Oh, Oopsie. That's funny. Look at that. That's a beta fix kind of thing. That one's really good. Okay, but it only happens. That only happens if you leave the little drop down box open,
right.
and then also, which is not a common thing, which is probably why it didn't get caught. But
that's definitely an edge case. Yeah.
Yep. Oh, cool. So background opacity, you can mess with that here. See, but you gotta have the blur. Cosmic, please. Cosmic, Pop OS, System 76, please.
Hey man, they just wrote this from scratch.
I know. I'm not asking for it tomorrow, but if it could be on the list of things that you're working toward,
put it on the Leo wish list.
Put it on the wish list. Yes, I wish for blurry opacity, like 80% opacity with blur. Oh, please. It's my favorite thing about Plasma. It's my favorite thing about macOS.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's so cool. So there's a lot of settings. So it really does seem like they spent a whole lot of time on allowing you to make it look the way you want to. I think, and I'm sure there's going to be more of this.
Yeah, and I think they took some of the pain points of GNOME, right, and made it their own flair.
Yep.
If you will.
Okay, look. See, this is why I think what I think. Okay, so I opened up the text editor, and then we did the same thing. So I go to View, Settings, and then it exposes all these settings that I can change the color. So you can match the desktop, dark and light. But there's also syntax, dark, but it exposes all of it. Now, oh, look, Dan, they have Dracula in by default. Yes.
They do, yeah. Nice.
They don't have any Capuchin. I'm so sorry.
That's okay. I'll take Dracula. That's pretty nice.
Dracula is pretty good. What was the one? Oh, it was Nebula. Yeah, they don't have Nebula in here. Okay, so maybe there's just not a Nebula font theme, and that's why it's
Nord,
not.
That's nice too.
Yeah, Nord is pretty good. It's cold. Nord is cold, very cold. And so I wonder if Nord, does that mean Nordic? Is this
I
like?
Would think, yeah.
Did some?
It's the Viking.
Right. Yeah. Someone from Sweden was like, must be cold. Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna leave it on Dracula because I'm a Dracula
visually
guy.
Looks good. Yeah, but Dracula's good too.
But that's really cool. So okay, this is for those people. This is Cosmic. Seems like it's going to be the desktop for those people that just had that insatiable bug inside of them to want to be able to change anything and everything about their everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
I have a feeling there's a way to change the theme too, like the little X button.
Oh yeah, no, I mean it's extremely configurable, so you're probably right.
I bet you. You dig enough, I bet you. And we're coming up on 2 hours now, so this is as far as we've gotten. Yes, I've gone off on a couple of weird security tangents and whatever, but I mean,
yeah.
So this is a way that I can prove to everybody that I've tinkered with Cosmic for at least 2 hours before I formed an opinion on it.
Yeah.
And I forced Dan along on the ride.
And I've messed with it a little bit too, so.
Oh, I know. You've messed with it even more than I have. So like I said, I've got it on the framework and I've got it on here, but I didn't go this far into the framework. I didn't mess with it. I just kind of set it to dark and was like, that's good.
Yeah.
Cool. And they expose all the accessibility settings up at the top, which is nice. Mm-hmm. I like that. Okay. So is that it for like Cosmic Media Player? Okay, let's open
now that I have not messed with.
Okay, there's no view, so there's no settings. So this will just be, it's just going to match the system. But it also looked weird. Hold on.
That's okay, right?
Look, it is, I think it may not be finished. Because look,
well, that could very well be.
Notice how there's this 1 pixel border around the desktop there, and the corners are rounded on that window, but on the media player, the corners are 90 degrees square, sharp, and there is no 1 pixel border around. So
and that whole title bar thing looks a little different.
Yeah, it's missing stuff.
It's just a little different. Yeah. It's really close though. Even with that, like you really like, we're getting nitpicky at this point. We're really looking for
this is just the weird little things that I'm noticing.
It wouldn't jump out you necessarily. Certainly not when you start getting these things, tiled up next to each other, probably too much.
I bet people don't notice it because people don't open the video player and then play a video. They open a video.
Right.
And it opens
and it just opens.
Right.
Yeah.
And I imagine I don't have any videos on here right now, but I imagine this is going to be one of those types where you play the video and it's full screen and like you have to hover, kind of like how Hulu and Netflix and you have to hover over or something and then exposes the controls to you. I bet you it's like that. And that's probably why it's that
nobody
detail.
Cares
yeah.
About the title bar. Yeah.
Why would you care, Leo? Why? I don't know, man. I'm weird. Let me see. So, oh no, Discord doesn't have an icon. How weird.
Well, yeah.
Okay, so I don't see any more Cosmic native apps. Oh, hey, look, they have Popsicle on here.
They do, yeah.
Oh, look.
I noticed that too.
Popsicle's a GTK app.
Oh yeah.
Look at that. And it
doesn't look out of place.
Nah. No. I really do think Cosmic looks a lot like GTK. I think I'm sure it was a conscious decision to not go way out. I mean, because GNOME has a really good design language. I think GNOME is in a really good spot now. GNOME 40, maybe not. Maybe it needed some work, and it did because that was they were coming up to the end. Way to change.
We're like 9 iterations past that.
Yes, exactly, and it shows. GNOME is fantastic. So anyway, I mean, it doesn't look out of place really. Let's see what else we got in here. Yeah, and System Monitor is going to be a GNOME app or a GTK app too, right?
So a full confession, I actually went and installed some other things. They have what they call applets, and they can integrate into applets.
In what?
And so they can integrate into your dock. So like if you wanted a system resource monitoring like live in your dock, you can do that.
Really?
Which is kind of slick.
Hold on, how do I do that? I want that.
It's in the Cosmic store.
Okay, so you just install it like an app, and then it.
Yeah, and then you can add it to.
Oh, here they are, applets. Okay, so in the Cosmic store on the left-hand side,
section, applets.
Yeah, yes. there's a
kind of like Budgie. You know how Budgie has their applets and stuff that integrate with their desktop. These are, I think, similar idea.
Yeah. So
the best I can tell, and these are written for Cosmic. So it's amazing that there's any available right now.
Yeah, we're still in beta. Okay, so
like I did like the Minimon one is an applet that you can add, and it adds that a little system monitor type stuff
up in the
to your desktop or to the top, or you can put it in the dock. You can put it in either place.
Okay,
it's configurable.
You know why it's here? This is a very common thing on tiling window managers. This is
absolutely
so many. So you go onto the weird the websites or the forums where people post like, oh, I've just riced my desktop or whatever, and they post it.
Yeah,
that is a very common thing to have, and it's so
100%.
So Minimon looks like a little desktop applet that will show you CPU usage percentage. It shows temperature gauges. It shows disk usage, network usage up and down. I don't know what that other 12% over there in the screenshot is.
I don't know. It's got a bunch of stuff. Anyway.
So we'll look.
GPU, CPU, disk, network, memory usage, CPU temperature. And it all depends on your hardware, what your hardware will support too, right? It's not going to display, GPU temperature if you don't have a discrete GPU.
Right.
For example.
So, look. Okay, so you can place applet on the panel. Okay, so after I installed it, there's a button that shows up that says place on desktop. So I click on that, and I'm gonna put it on the panel for now because I want it up.
That's a good place to put it. It really is. I was just impressed that you could integrate it with either. That was kind of neat.
Yeah. Okay, wait. So this is pulling from the GNOME System Monitor.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay.
Well, or at least that link takes you to the GNOME System Monitor anyway.
Interesting. Okay. Oh, no, you're right. Why wouldn't it query the system and not?
Yeah, it's probably using the sensors thing.
All right, I want more though.
It looks pretty great though, right?
Okay, so CPU temperature. Okay, it had show symbols. Oh, okay. So there's a show symbols thing, and it'll put like a little picture of a CPU, a picture of the temperature, a picture of RAM, and was that disk?
Yeah, I think it is disk usage.
But how come?
Well, like I said, it's not everything because I don't think necessarily all hardware supports that stuff.
Right. Okay. So yeah. So it's not showing my network. It's showing everything else though. And what is? Okay. So memory shows up as 4.52. What does that mean? Percent? No way. And it doesn't seem like that's pretty cool though. I do like it. Cool. I'm gonna leave that up there. I'm gonna try and put it on the panel too. You think that'll work? What'll happen? Or yeah, on the dock. So I get those mixed up. I call it the panel all the time. I don't know why. Okay, so place and refine. Nope, it didn't do it. I think maybe you can only have one open at a time. See, wait a minute. Hold on. It does know about my network. So when I go back to the main page of it, it shows CPU percentage, CPU temperature. Oh, 4.61 is gigabytes. Yeah. And then, but it does have network, yet it's not displaying network as a little icon. So I wonder if maybe it just needs an update or something. Yeah. Oh. I'm still impressed. Let's do it. Hold on. Oh, cool. You put it up there by the clock. Oh, that's the best place to put it. I want to know the time and I want to know the weather at the same time. Panel, place and refine. Oh, you have to move it. Oh, I understand. Oh, this is why. Okay, so when you run it, Okay, so when you place the applet or whatever, it opens up the applet's panel, and that allows you to move it left side, middle, right side. And that's where I kind of messed up. So now I need to move this to the middle, and then I'll have what I want. The clock and it's in Celsius. Wait, whoops. Hold on, did I break something? Why is the clock not in there anymore? The clock is still there, but look right here, center segment. It used to say clock, but now it doesn't say clock. Oh no, what have I done? I was moving this around. Okay, cool. I'm going to close that for now. Maybe it'll remember it better in a minute. Okay, so it didn't mess up my clock though. My clock is still on the panel, so that's good. All right, but I don't want the, oh, there it is. So when you click on the temperature, I don't know what 75 Celsius or 25 Celsius is. 75 Celsius is death. 25 Celsius is, it's 77.4 degrees Fahrenheit. Ah, yes. Now I understand how hot it is outside. I'm in Texas. It's always hot. All right. So the weather applet is super cool. I like that. That's nice. I'm not going to ever turn that off. So it looks like there's 3. So sysinfo, system monitor, and minimon are all the same thing, but minimon is the coolest looking one of all of them. So yeah. Yes. So I'm going to leave that there. See, I don't like clipboard managers because sometimes I copy paste my password and I don't want to have to remember to go clear my clipboard manager. So it does say Correct. And it does specifically say Wayland, clipboard manager. External monitor brightness. Yeah. So it needs the DDC-CI protocol, which is something that I feel like that's exceedingly rare. I've never met a monitor outside of maybe like the Mac ones and the Dell Ultrasharp crazy expensive ones that would support this. None of my normal monitors do. Maybe I'm just buying crappy monitors. But now I need to go plug it in and just like try. Like yeah, maybe all my monitors do support this. I've just never had an applet to control it. Oh, true. That's a good point. Maybe you got to be using like right. Well, I wonder if that's probably something that's happened in like the later versions of HDMI. There's like we're on, what are we on now? Like on 2.4 or something? Yeah. Because I know they have. No, I agree with you though. I think you're right. I think a lot of times it's the device and the versioning of the protocol that they're using that doesn't support it or whatever. But because like TVs, right? I've thought about that a lot. Where it's like, how come my Nintendo Switch or my Steam Deck or something can't turn down because I'll turn the lights off and I want to play a game, but I don't want to be blasted in the face with crazy bright, what's the new thing? HDR. I don't want to be blasted in the face with the whitest whites I've ever seen in my entire life, and now my corneas need repair. Those HDR displays can get crazy bright. All right, so what else do I need? I need GIMP. Let's grab that. It was on the front page. Made for Cosmic. Uh-oh. Elementary is going to have a run for their money over here. So if Cosmic can implement some way to pay, I don't know how you would do that. I know this is something George Castro's been working on for a while, but once we get that piece figured out, I think it becomes a viable platform for a whole lot more developers that know Linux exists, which is exceedingly few, but not the point. Not the point. Not the point at all. Yes. Ooh, what's this? Tweaks. Okay, so there's a Cosmic Tweaks now. So this is very much like the GNOME Tweaks. It's also a FlatHub app. Okay, color schemes. No color schemes installed. Oh, look what's at the top of the list, Dan. Cappuccino. Which one did you want? Or which one do you normally use? Macchiato lavender? All right. Looks like the two we have available to us, and it's because I'm sure someone slapped it together for us. Okay. Let's go lavender. And I imagine these are just text files, right? Like, all I'm doing is downloading a text file. Wait, why does... Oh, right. This is not for the text like in the text editor. This is for the desktop. So I'm going to match it. Okay. Installed. Yeah, look. Okay, I was expecting to see some kind of downloader bar. Okay, that's not the most user-friendly thing. When you click the download thing, it should be like, okay. Yeah, it does do that, but like it would be cool to see yeah, it would be super cool to see like a little, just a quick half-second download animation to tell me that happened, because I did not know that it happened until I swapped over to the installed tab and saw that they were there. And again, super nitpicky thing, but it matters to me. I like visual cues, man. I like them a lot. Oh, you can play with the padding and what I want to play with is that's too round for me, I think. I want that to be less round. But okay, so you really can just kind of, wow, this exposes a lot. Show panel, force icon buttons in. What does that do? Force icon buttons? What is that? Oh, in the panel. I'm silly. Oh, way better. Oh, I like that better. Okay, so when you turn off force, yes. Okay, this makes it viable to put. Oh, look at this. Okay, so by default, when you log into Cosmic, you see up in the top left-hand corner, there's a button for workspaces, which is just the word workspaces, and a button for applications, which is, again, just the word applications. But you flick on this force icon buttons in the panel section of the Cosmic Tweaks app, and it changes them to the icon, which I think is nicer. And that means that I can... Okay, all right, hold on. So I have to go back to applets. Where's that? Is it under... Hold on. It took me to the applets thing before. How do I get there? It's in settings. Cosmic settings. Applications? No. Desktop? Appearance panel, dock, window management, workspaces. No. Displays? No, that's actually displays. It wasn't applications. Okay. Cosmic, how do I find this? Hold on. So, app. Oh, here it is. Oh, so it's under dock. So it's, desktop, dock. Oh, it said it. Look, okay, so under dock it says an optional bar for apps and applets. Okay, and then, whoa, where is applets? What? Oh, sure, okay, got it, okay. So this is, I love that there's a gajillion options, but this is the danger of having a gajillion options. Where do you find anything? Yep. Okay, but this is what so this is what I wanted. No. This is the dock applets. I want panel applets. Where's that? I gotta go to panel. So back in desktop, go to panel, and then down at the bottom, configure panel applets. Here we go. Okay, this is what I want. Okay, so here's what I was getting at. So because you have the text of those things on the top left-hand side, it doesn't look right when you put a bunch of icons next to it. But now that I've turned them into icons, now I can put Minimon over there. And it looks a little better in that it's just a bunch of icons. So hold on. How do I configure? Okay, I want Minimon. Show me your settings. And then I want to turn off the symbols there. And now it looks a little bit more like that should be there. Because it looked weird when I put it in the top right, because so Minimon's things are full color. They have, red circles and orange gradients and blue and all kinds of stuff. And when you put it over in the top right-hand side, all those icons are white. Yeah, so it looked off. But the workspaces and applications icons are full color. So putting all the color stuff over there makes more sense in my brain. I'm sure only to me. Yeah, it feels better. All right. So I guess we'll finish up with the tweaks thing, and then we'll call the live stream today. But I feel like I want to do another one to continue diving into all of this stuff. Okay. So maybe this is episode season 6, episode 2.25, and then we'll have a 2.5 later, and then maybe the next live stream will be 2.75 or something. Look at these, the layouts of your desktop. You can have. Oh my goodness! Yes. Okay. So so you can extend the dock to be the full Ubuntu dock thing from top to bottom. You can do the Mac thing. You can do the Windows thing. No. Let me click it. What'll it do? Apply layout. I'm afraid it broke my panel applets. Oh, it did, because it got rid of the top panel altogether. Oh no, I'm gonna have to redo it. Okay, danger zone. Maybe there's a. Yeah, let's see. So it'll put the panel back. Does it remember? It does not. Okay, so the tweaks guys need to add a warning. If you've configured applets, they're gonna go bye-bye. Yeah. So, okay, no, I'm an idiot. Well, okay, half and half. I should have seen there is a save current layout button right there. I should, as you say, you need to take a backup. And this is a way to take a backup. I did not assume you could back up, but you can. And, but, okay, so splitting the difference, right? I say they should have a warning, but I should have gone and saved the current layout. Splitting the difference, when you choose one of these, maybe ask, do you want to save your current layout before you do this, because everything will be lost otherwise? That, I think, would be a cool split the difference. So tweaks, people. I think that's a good idea. No, I mean, what, 3 minutes of clicking around? I would just need to remember how to find the applets again. Oh my goodness. Wait a minute. No, wait a minute. Did they do it for me? What if I revert? Oh my goodness. Pretty close, but the applets are broken. The applets are gone. Hold on, let me restart to this one. Nope. That's worse. Let's see. Okay, go back to the other one. Okay, that's closer. Okay, so now I just have to move the dock to the left and then put my applets back. That's fine. I did not spend a whole lot of time. Exactly. So okay, so this is actually a very cool idea. They did it for me, but it doesn't seem to include things that are not like Cosmic specific. If Cosmic didn't put them in there, then they're not going to revert back to it. Right. Exactly. So I understand that. I understand that more now. So maybe they can't do what I'm asking. Like, how would you know? There's got to be like an applets state. Cosmic has to manage that. Okay. Yeah. That's what we'll do. Okay. So we made it through quite a bit. Yeah. So we did not we did not tax the system in any way whatsoever, but we certainly did not. That's my point. We didn't crash. Nothing. There were no error messages. You know, my least favorite thing about Ubuntu, no matter which Ubuntu you install, no matter where you install it and how you install it or whatever, there's always some kind of 2404 experience to crash, and it doesn't tell you anything about anything, and you're just like, okay, I guess. So either Pop! OS is fantastic or Cosmic is fantastic about suppressing those, or they're not happening. either way, I think that's a big sore spot for me on Ubuntu. Like anytime I put Ubuntu proper on a machine, I always get that. Always. And I'm like, send it on. Send on the info. I don't know what it is, but send it on. And and this has happened for years. Like years and years. Yeah. 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 All right. Well, I'm liking it. I'm liking it a lot. I mean, little paper cut things is really all that I've found, and other little things like maybe I'd like shadows under the window or something like that. But these are not game breaking things. Right. Nope. I mean, they've been working on it for a couple of years, but it shows. Yeah. It shows that they've done a whole lot of work to it, and there's a whole lot of love in here, and I'm digging it, man. So, okay. I like it. I dig it. So, I don't know how we're going to do this. Like I said, I want this to kind of go out as an episode of some kind, some way or whatever. I'm probably going to do it on Patreon as a bonus episode for everybody. But I suppose if you didn't catch it live, I'm going to give it to the paid patrons first. I'll do that a few days. Like if you're crafty, if you're crafty, you can go into Twitch and go watch the replay. But otherwise, right. But you'd have to watch 2 hours of this to know that I said that, to know that that's a thing, or just be really good at Twitch. So either way, so I'm going to give it to the patrons first, paid patrons first, and then I'll, when our normal episode would have gone out on YouTube, I'm going to post this instead. And I'm going to see how it sounds audio-wise. I did my best to kind of narrate the visuals. This is a very visual-heavy episode. Yeah. But I think I did an okay job, at least. And the audio people will have a pretty good time on this. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I think I've recorded it all. If not, I'll be sad. But that's okay, and we'll figure it out from there. But other than that, yeah. So Dan, let's pretend like we're doing a thing. Where can we find you? Yay! And you can find me at leochavez.org. Yeah, that's what it is over on the Blue Sky, and Leo Chavez everywhere else. I think actually it's Leo in a lot of other places too. So anyway, y'all have yourselves a good one, and I'll see you again soon.